All right, just wanted to show you that back of the computer. It's a little crooked camera there. Woodman left me in bad shape. I left up out of here yesterday.
What?
Left
Sure
it
I
a
did.
mess, brother. Left it a mess.
Man, I screwed up. I don't have really. Let me plus again and dig up YouTube and drag it over.
I'm just messing, brother. No, I'm just messing around.
No kidding. Let me try this.
Good
Really,
times.
really. I'm gonna try this real quick.
What do you got? What are you trying?
Well, I'm gonna try and get you again.
You're breaking up a little
I
bit.
don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Let me juice you down a little bit. Hold on.
Well, we're back on you.
There, I took you down in quality. Maybe you'll be better.
Yeah, but I still can't get YouTube. I'm waiting for the computer to go through, and it ain't gonna do it. It just keeps going around in a circle, you know.
Yeah, it seemed like you were losing signal there for a minute. You sound a little
Well, I'm gonna go ahead
better
and get it.
now.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and quit trying to get this YouTube because it won't give it to me. Oh, here we go. See. Wait a
Give
minute.
them-
I might have
yeah.
fucked it.
Well, yeah,
All
Food Report
right.
Art by Greg, his microphone is clicking like that, but I can pretty much hear it, that it's his signal glitching in and out, like he was having an internet hiccup or something. Good morning, everybody. Let me pull this over. I hate staring over at the side screen. Good morning, all Patriots in the room. Just wanted to give you a brief update here. We are definitely headed down to Virginia. We do now have Scott from the Patriot Hour. You guys remember him. He was here early on. He was one of the just a busy man. All right, he's got a lot going on in his life. By the way, he just had a baby, so we're going to say congratulations to Scott and
Oh, yeah.
family, right? And
Great.
he's coming along with us even with all that going on, so he's going to be able to pull that off. He's got a good support system and he wants to be involved. It's almost like his old lady was forcing him, you know, not like get out of the house, but you know, he needs to go. He needs to be there. He's passionate. So yeah, he's coming.
Right.
Congratulations,
Right.
Scott. Congratulations, Scott and family. I'm
You know
actually going to, I don't know. So Woodman, what have you been seeing on some of the red flag laws, even here in Indiana or going on down there in Virginia? What have you come across?
They're submitting different bills of all kinds. A lot of states are covered too, and you know this thing about now they're really officially you can only have so much ammunition. I mean it's they're really controlling it. You know what I mean? And it's a bad thing, real bad thing.
Yeah. So what he's even saying there, folks, is they're trying to pass stuff on the fly to get things put in before like the event on the 20th even.
They're trying real hard. They're trying real hard, and they're you know they're being pretty smart about how they're doing it too. They're trying to push it through, even though all the people don't want it. I don't get that part of it.
Yeah, no, that's
I mean, all the
Just looking
people
at-
say no. All the people they don't want it. You know, come on, why you keep doing that?
well, it's like that's the illusion that, you know, you're supposed to, you know, at least go off the people in your state, or, you know, you get to these local levels and that's what we think. We vote people in that represent us best, and then they end up doing the opposite. Like I said, Trump was warning these people
He did, yeah.
to vote, you know, Republican.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this guy's going to
Yeah.
take your guns, and here they are trying to take the guns. The
You
people
know
can't
it.
be that crazy to not have looked into the agenda. So what we have here in Virginia, for example, is 10 years, 15 years of continuous push of these bills that weren't getting nowhere because they were so outrageous. But what have they done? these outrageously people have won all the seats. So now outrageous things can pass.
Yep.
And people, again, this is where you don't agree with everybody all the time, and you can't. It's like, I agreed with this guy on this, and that, but I don't agree with him. Take out my guns. Well, that's why you got to know what these people stand for. That's why it's important. You don't always have to agree with everybody all the time on every issue. It's not going to always happen, ever. I don't know one man I agree with on everything all the time for anything. And that's just different opposing views. You can still get along, have good debates, even be friends with these people. It just depends on the extent. Now, somebody that just is wanting to gun grab and stuff doesn't matter too much on some other issues, So, for example, the video I put out last night with Crenshaw, did you happen to see that one?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't like him because he is for red flag laws. He's a veteran himself. Now, I can relate that. I think I was talking to Ben the other day, a garage talk. It's like Vietnam vets, the guy that's real tainted. He went to war, doesn't even want to touch a gun anymore now that he's here, doesn't want to hunt. You know these people, right? They're just like, I'm done with guns. They create a lot of harm and damage. They get some tainted views because they've had, lived a couple years with bullets whizzing by their head, lost lots of people. They somehow survived this horrific, time frame of their life as a young 18-year-old man put into the war zone. And sometimes you get these, different opinions on things, and doesn't mean they're right. It just means that's how they feel. But yeah, I agree.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, killing. They've already witnessed, what a gun can truly do. But now you're talking about in war too. You're not talking about normal everyday thing. We still,
that's what I'm saying. These people that are now saying, like I said, Crenshaw, he was somebody. Like you saw in that one, I was like 2-time Afghanistan, 1-time Iraq. After I got blown up, then I went and got stationed in Bahrain, which I've been to Bahrain, 30 times. But it's like, wow, he brings that in, and then that gives you a little his background, which is important. And he's talking about this history of Iraq, and it's not on Trump. All that's true. You can't take that away from this man that you might not agree upon for his gun stance over here. And then you're like, well, how does this guy have that gun stance when he was in the service? He was in the heart of the stuff. You'd think he'd be really proactive. Well, some are. Some other vets end up getting out with a view which, based on their experiences, whatever reason, I don't know that man's rationality.
Well, they're all different people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just different. We don't have to. I do not agree with him on his red flag gun laws. Him being in the war doesn't change my mind on that either. That's his view now, so I can respect him for that. And like people were saying in the comments I see floating, he's a great American patriot for his wartime and service, and I wouldn't take that away from him. Wouldn't take that away from anybody. Had the same question applied to me for Mueller. For some of these other guys, and I'm like, yeah, great, I don't know, I wasn't there at the time. It seems like if we're in an obscured history with fake news and all that, it seems like a lot of the people that have been propped up in front of us always seem to have these war stories behind it. McCain was a POW. George Bush Herbert, he jumped out of a plane and ended up swimming the opposite way. The other people that ended up getting eaten by cannibals, but he survived and fought with the sharks and got picked up by a ship or something. I mean, it's just, there's these great stories that we do read about in history books. Are they all real, or are these people propped up? And if somebody's doing bad after their time in service anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just, it's like you can still be a bad person and be a veteran. We understand that. And it doesn't, have to take away from their service time 30 years previous to committing this crime way up here. So that's the question that was posed to me. He's a decorated veteran, and I'm like, yeah, and he's let Hillary off, so I know he's bad. It's like, you don't have to, serving doesn't make you all right and all masterful. We know that. So, but we don't want to take away anything from anyone. we pray for all the vets, and we hope everything is truth coming out. But there are some crazy things going on right now. But again, we wanted to talk a little bit. I got things going on today. I was telling this to Woodman. We got a late start. I've been getting ready for this trip, folks, getting the car up to par, my vehicle, just with the electronics are going to be on par for us. We plan on, because we got a good 12-hour, we're just going to say about 11-hour trip. By the book, it's about 10 and a half, so we're booking on 11. We're not in any rush. We're leaving the day before. We want to be able to cruise down, take our time, not be speeding outrageously at all, just cruise, take plenty of stops and rest. And I got bad back. Woodman got bad back. We need rest and stretching and coffee, and we got Scott coming. So we plan on doing a lot of research on the way down. The car's set up electronically to be able to listen. They can watch videos. Whoever's not driving can be watching, listening. We're going to be getting into some just things that we need to know and get over. But then we're going to be popping off shows a lot. We're going to be doing quite a few live streams from the vehicle on the way down. We're going to be live streaming probably at one point from the room several times, updates, right? So we're going to keep you guys updated as we're updating. We're updating you with our trip, our progress, where we're at, documenting it for you guys. It's going to be fun for everybody, plus just the knowledge. And then while we're there, we're going to get as much footage as we can. I'm geared up. Last night I ordered everything we need. Thanks to you guys, and some of the funds are there. I mean, we got enough for the GoPro to go live now for off the one battery I got just straight 9 hours, and then the battery I bought with it is another hour, and then I got a battery pack thing that can be jacked into for multiple more hours. I mean, if our phones are dying, we can juice. So we're gonna get footage with Woodman's phone, Scott's phone, my phone, the GoPro. If we can't be live in the event because of, I'm telling you, when you get too many people in one area, if you're not paying for some crazy kind of internet to be beamed in specifically for you, like a private dedicated line that you paid for and you harnessed in, you're not going to get a signal. So we're just going to do recording, really high grade footage. And I don't know excitement wise, but there's some great speakers coming. The guy from Texas that stopped the church shooting, he's going to be down there. So that's great stuff. I'm going to get that in 1080p. I'll come back and actually have footage that I recorded or Woodman recorded. All of us have a hand in, and I'll edit that up and bring it to you guys. So we're going to get lots of actual Patriot Hour footage. A lot of times I'm just showing you a news clip, and Fox News sometimes has a big issue with me showing you that Fox News issue.
Well, too bad.
We're getting some lag today. Let me see.
Everybody gets to see the real thing.
Pop out
when we do it.
Pop out of the room. Not you, Woodman. Listen, hold on. If anyone is I'm getting Heidi Horvat. The lagging is bad today. That might just be your phone. Jump out of the room, come back in. It might update a little better for you. But I'm getting a good live stream health out of here. And that somebody else is saying no lag at all for them. 5 of 5 for Cousin Vinny. Cousin Vinny's at 5 of 5. Grillin', try refreshing. Got our mods. I haven't seen Grillin' in a while. Grillin', what have you been busy, buddy? I have missed you in the last couple of lives, I believe. And hey, everyone's got a life. I see Fluid Pour and Darren Carson's in the room. A couple of our members are in the room. Yeah, 5 of 5, 100,000%. Video is good. Audio is great. So then in other news, trying to get the phone calls going, I said something about possibly a live show last night. That just wasn't the case. I got digging into the car. Again, there's so much on the plate now that I decided to go. So again, me, Woodman, Scott, going down to Virginia. Lots of footage, lots of live shows. We're meeting up with Fluid Pour. He's going to be coming in. We're meeting up with American Joe. We're meeting up with Doug Ducote. Some other Patriot YouTubers are going to be down there, and we're hoping to meet. Some of you are going down, so we'll all try to coordinate something. You're going to see us driving in, and at that time, we're not trying to get out any locations now, but it'll eventually be known when we're there. So, but all good to go. We appreciate it. Again, if you guys can do anything, I know that Fluid Pour Art needs a little funding to help not burden him or his family, but he wants to go down and be there. That's great for us. We need all the extra bodies, support for this, so we support anybody going. But again, if you can do anything for him, a few dollars, gas-wise, the hotel room's secured. We got a room for him. He's coming to put his head. So anyone that can come down will meet up. We will stand strong together, arm in arm, whatever. Listen to these great speakers. Hopefully there's, we always pray for peaceful protesting. So.
Right.
So what else have you heard? I think Fluid Pour was telling me something about people. He's gotten some word that possibly they're bussing people in. Now we know this to be the case typically. You're going to have the opposing protesters there. You got to expect that.
Well, I've heard that. And Chief is going to be there. MS-13 is going to be there, and of course, the Soro gang.
All those you just named were Soros backed. I thought. I've heard.
He is a pretty rich man. He's trying to. You know what he's trying to do. He's going to pay for it too. We just have to be on alert all the time, because they're going to try and put you in a trick bag. When we get down there, it's going to happen everywhere we go. They're going to try and put us in a trick bag, so they can make us look bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get much footage, folks. There's gonna be much footage. I'm for the first time, actually, it's like all offline type thing. If we can go live, of course, I'm gonna try. So you might get some live footage of the actual. Of course, I'm going to try. If not, it'll be like recorded within an hour or two. Some uploads, some samples, some footage. If there's anything to show you, that's worth showing. Other than that, just the speeches alone are worth looking at, hearing. Like I said, we'll get a lot of those recorded, edited up, brought to you to see. Fluid Pour, yes, he's got I don't know if he's got a GoFund, but I know he's got a PayPal, and I don't know if I don't have that link down below, but ours is down there. Get to Fluid Pour, drop your link in here, buddy, or your, go to his page, and it's under his last video or something. Didn't think about getting that lined up somehow, but yeah, so anyway, at the 25-minute mark or so. We'll keep going here for a few. It's a great day, folks. I'm glad. Me and Woodman were just talking about it. We're excited to get down there and be part of this. And we're keeping a close eye on it, and as well as you should, because this is a sampler of what's to come, possibly for other states. Everything trickles, and it starts somewhere. It never comes in all at once overnight. Just like the infestation in this country, it didn't happen overnight.
Right. Well, we can get the truth out there right away. That means quite a bit, because if you have to listen to 10 people before the actual story gets out, it could change a lot. If you could just see it, firsthand, that really makes a big difference. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Mike. This ought to be fantastic. Good people, surrounded by good people. Mainly veterans. We all know how to take care of your sicks. So we're all
still
set.
Eating at McDonald's? Somebody asked that. How did you remember that, McDougal? Did we talk about that time that you went and got a biscuit or something?
Yeah, but you guys are gonna. I know it's gonna happen, you cheap ass. I'm gonna have to go down to the soup line.
Oh, that's why they're asking, because I said that. Like, you're eating McDonald's. You're maybe get steak.
Yeah.
we're all eating McDonald's, folks, because now once we got Scott coming in, it just, I'm just joking. No, we're all doing well. Things are great. I'm actually got a few extra things for the camera, which aren't just for this one event. Now they're going to work for, we got a lot of tests to do up to the 2020 Patriot Fest as well. Other events we're going to be covering. So this all, you know, when you buy something new, it lasts for years, and it's, you know, it's a battery pack for the camera. So it's something we needed. Because we only had 50 minutes, man, 50 minutes with that other battery. And I was wondering how this or that would ever work. I'm like, and the slot for a GoPro is only so big that it's like, how do they sell a bigger battery? Normally a bigger, longer battery is bigger sometimes. And they don't. The only batteries GoPro sell are ones that go in, and they're another hour-long battery, if that. So you have to buy these external different things. I just learned a whole bunch about, which normally So, no, Woodman is not eating McDonald's. He is now upgraded to Burger King.
Hot dogs, and tater chips.
Vienna hot dogs in the little can where you rip off the can. Yeah. They're like little shorties.
Yeah, little saltine sauce. Crackers there. Little saltine crackers.
He's got those and some salt and some sardines in the can. He likes. Yeah. Kind of eats like he's like on a homeless man's diet type thing.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think of my little man over here?
MREs, man. I got you some MREs in the trunk, man.
What do you think of my little guy over here?
Ooh, the little gnome looks just like you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check that out.
Flipping off the deep state.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Looking there just like the Woodman. That's a little Woodman. That's baby Woodman.
Yeah.
Baby gnome.
Hey, American flag, come on, sunglasses, the big beard, and fuck you, deep state.
Excuse his language.
Pardon my French. Pardon my French all the way around.
Yes. Sheesh, Woodman. Really just putting it out there.
Well, come on now. We don't like the deep state at all.
Tippy top bobblehead.
Yeah, man, whatever. That's fantastic.
I got the Trump head over here behind me. See it?
I remember that. That's pretty cool.
It's back there over on the shelf.
Too bad it's not large. We can put it on her face.
I just got a video sent to me that the UN is planning on takeover in Virginia.
They are.
What?
They sure are. Well, that's why they have Antifa down there and MS-13 and all these other yahoos going to create chaos.
So they can create the chaos so then they can justify coming in.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Never thought of that.
Isn't that terrible?
Yes, I did.
You know that. We talked about that the other day. We talked about that the other day, man. It's terrible. You know what I mean? And the people do not want it. Period. I don't know how they can
justify
people. Yeah, because people are elected in office, and you were supposed to be representing your people in your district or whatever you are attached to. You know, you're supposed to listen to us. Don't be just, you know, I don't.
We looked that up
before.
It's like, would we get a new member?
Ooh, fantastic!
Welcome to Tier 1, Bernie Mabe.
Yeah, Bernie. All right.
Benny.
Oh, Benny.
Benny Mabe.
Yes.
Benny and the Jet. So I was gonna say that is a good point. So me and Ben looked that up. Like, you know, you vote in on the opposite years, like your local people, like, you know, your governors and senators, and then when you or you know, so your state's got electoral college. So when you go to the voting for the presidency, your people that you voted in are supposed to kind of vote the way of your party. Now, has that ever
Right.
not happened where they're like, no? Yes, that's happened. Now, there's no crime. Certain states got certain laws against that, but they're supposed to listen to the people that vote the base. And have they flipped on you and done whatever the heck they wanted solely, and they have, the only thing you can do is vote them out when it comes time again. That's like the punishment. So it's once you get them in, they do whatever. It's really hard to. Certain states do have, you can like kind of impeach them possibly through a whole, take a year of the time, but typically you just vote them out, and that's how we voted them in, and they act like they're Republican, and then they got in, they did all this Democratic stuff, and they lied, and so vote them out of there. They didn't listen.
It's hard. That one guy. It's hard to fire a federal employee.
Yeah. It's like virtually impossible.
Yeah. Come on, get him out of there.
Buy Greg a meal on me while you're there, not Mickey D's. Thank you, Big Bad Don. The Big Bad Don.
Yeah, man.
Remember that video,
so
Big
much.
Bad Don?
You know,
Buy Greg a meal. All right, we got Greg a meal. We sure do. We appreciate it. What am I seeing here? Am I missing stuff? So we had Deborah Postma give us 10. We had Keegan Simmons give us 10. Bernie Mabe, a new member, and Big Bad Dawn 24. Thank you, Keegan. Thank you, Deborah. Keegan Simmons and Deborah Posthuma.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you all, man.
Woodman is now eating White Castle.
and drinking natural ice.
Mm-hmm. Drinking that natty
Mad
ice.
Dog 20. Mad Dog 2020.
A little Mad Dog, a little grape jubilee. Some grape jubilee for you.
While you're in there drinking
Poison.
While you're in there drinking champagne, eating caviar, enjoying
Are
a
you
nice
serious?
steak. There's Woodman
junk?
out there. You make me sit out in the back too on a picnic table.
I just want. we're not fancy Woodman. I just need a little bit of filet and some Colby beef, maybe. Beef that was rubbed its whole life and massaged on the farms of the Midwest. Grazing.
Grazing.
No broken legs. All right, we just got another $10 from Joe Blow. Gas money.
All right.
Gas money.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
There it
Thank
is.
you so much, Joe Blow. That is food for the car. Gas.
It's right around the corner,
Also, Vegas is in the house. We got Raven. Fear not, you're headed to Moonshine Country. Yeah, I lived out in Virginia for 5 years, so I'm familiar with about another hour. We'd have to, about an hour and a half more driving out to the Norfolk. I lived all around the Hampton Roads area, Chesapeake, Newport News, Norfolk. I lived actually on a little road called First View. First View, I believe it was First View Road. But Va Beach, Chesapeake, Damn Nick. When I got out there in 97, a teacher had told me, and it was 98, she was, I was leaving the high school, she's like, oh, look for a place called Krispy Kreme. And when I got out there, it wasn't around here yet, never heard of it, right? Back in late 90s, mid 90s, but it was out there.
But they were good then.
Well, yeah, it was like the one I found, you went in and it was a cool thing. They had the window in there to watch the donuts being made and kind of come down this assembly line and come through a thing where they get drizzled with the glaze or whatever, and then they come out hot. So you get like a 39-cent donut at the time, and it was like a real hot glazed donut, and that's what they melt in your mouth. And
they do, yeah. Well, not now.
I can't stand donuts. Yeah, when you get them now, they're not locally here fresh. I mean, they do have one. We did finally get a Krispy Kreme years ago, right? But I don't really ever. Wow. I'm not big into donuts. We don't drink, we don't smoke, no pipe.
You know it, man. Well, when I was an MP at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, Krispy Kreme trucks would drive by every now and then, and we'd pull them over, and they'd give us a box of donuts. And I'd take it back to the MP station, for the sergeant.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. I mean, they were really nice people and fantastic donuts, just really fresh. I mean, it's hard to get something like that nowadays. I'm telling you, unless you go to a bakery,
If you got, I was going to share, I know we talked about doing the veteran thing or the stories, which is still a really good idea, but we come up with ideas. I got them written down. Maybe one day we'll get to all that, but with all this news and things like this going on, it's just too hard to do anything else but keep following the truth, the news, the
right.
Until it's all kind of corrected, we can slow down a little bit. But we're gonna keep doing this, folks. But this is just so. I'll tell this. If you got anything to share after, go ahead, and then we'll wrap it up because I got to get on the road and get back here because I do want to get a good show out today for you guys. So, and welcome all mods. I see faces here. I haven't seen her. I hope you're feeling better. I think you had the flu the other day. Hope you're up and about. We see grilling. So welcome all mods, welcome all members, and welcome all patriots. So when I was in boot camp, I'll never forget this. And again, folks of you that haven't served, basically boot camp is just getting you ready for military life, stripping you away from Woodman. I got you on too if you want to chime in at any point. Or you have something to say or a question, but let me get this story out. It's pretty good. Funny. This would be a funny one. So in boot camp, it's all about paying attention to detail and kind of getting you out of the civilian flow of life and getting ready for the military, whatever branch that shall be. For me, it was the Navy, but we're in boot camp, and you got to fold your underwear a certain way, fold your white shirts a certain way, and have them lined up and tight and just put on the rack, and that's part of inspection. Now, it might seem tedious for boot camp, but if you can't listen to these simple little things, you're not going to be able to listen to much bigger ideas and demands later on, possibly, when the time comes to do something. So this is weaving people in and out of if you can pay attention to this or pay attention to fine detail. So the first several weeks, we have all these uniforms coming in. Everyone's got to get all their uniforms stacked up. You're paying for them, all right? A lot of people think you're going to boot camp, you get all this stuff given. No, it's your money's so small for 3 months worth of being in boot camp that they're taking money from you basically to pay for everything that you get. But there's these little tags in all the shirts or in the pant pockets, and they're inspection tags for the uniforms. And basically, they were telling us to make sure you go through all the pockets and get these out. He's going to be checking. So for the first few weeks, as they'd come and do inspections in front of you, like, let me see your fingernails and looking at your shave, and he'd reach into your pocket or something. And he was finding them left and right. People were getting drop, give me 20 push-ups and stuff like that. Well, we're a good 5 weeks in at this point. We hadn't found, he called them commie tags, by the way. He was like, I want these goddamn commie tags found, and not, this is part of like going through. So I sat there and went through all of my uniforms one day. Went into the pocket, went into the back pocket, went into the button pocket, and I found tons of them and got rid of them. So here we are, like months or weeks after that. Like we have, I haven't heard anybody getting dropped. He hadn't really been ripping through people's pockets anymore. But here on this one day, this Sunday, he inspection, boom, we're lined up, and the guy next to me, I hear, what the hell is this? And I look over, you're not supposed to move, but I looked, and he had a damn commie tag in his hand, the drill instructor, and he had found one on this guy. And he dropped it. He's like, that's it. Normally he would drop the person, give me 20, do something, but he just dropped the commie tag, hit the floor, and you hear him say, get down on your hands and knees, and I want you to blow this damn commie tag all the way out of the berthing. And he continued on doing inspections down there was 88 of us, so he's next guy, and as he's like, what's your second general order, and the guy is spitting it off, you hear this other guy blowing. He's like, get out of my life. And he told him he wanted him to blow this thing out, and every time after he blew, to yell, get out of my life, commie tag. So for the rest of this 40-minute inspection, you hear, get out of my life, commie tag. And it got further and further away because he gets all the way up to the front compartment of the door. Now, he said the wind was blowing under this door jam, like it was just high wind out there, like, and he was blowing this thing, and it just kept freaking circulating. And he wasn't supposed to touch it, so he's all the way up there on his hands and knees yelling this over and over. You can hear he's exhausted. He looks over his shoulder, he said, and he just takes and shoves it out with his hand to get the hell out of the compartment, And it must have got blown in the hallway wind or something, but I'll never forget that. It was hilarious. Hilarious. And then I believe, like, I'm 8 months, a year later on a ship, and somebody found one in some, and then you wouldn't get no trouble. You're out of boot camp, all that, but somebody had one, and I don't know. They're like, no, I bought this shirt just recently. Like, it was a new shirt, but we're like, dang, you still have a commie tag from boot camp, But it was like he had bought one at an updated shirt that he needed, and it had one in there. But it was hilarious to me because I remember asking him, man, dude, how did you have that? And he the guy that talking to him, he said he swore he went through all his pockets. So we don't know if the RDC just had one in his hand already, and it's like, man, I'm gonna make this guy have a commie tag today. Why not? Could have been a trick.
Oh, wow, really?
That's how devious RDCs are, right? And you never know.
I got one. I went through a lot of schooling, and I think it was when I went to recon school. I can't remember for sure which one it was, but they all have black hats, and back during my time, and they kept screwing with you, man. Like you wouldn't be able to get any sleep. They'd wake you up every maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever. And I remember one time they'd done that. God, it was probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was really, that it gets on your nerves real bad. Well, I ran out to, we're in the skivvies, and I ran out to get in this formation, and there's this little sapling tree there, and I stopped, and I shook the crap out of that tree, and then I went ahead and went into formation, and the black hat finally got to me for his little inspection thing, and he's like, why were you being mean to my tree? And I was going like, well, sir, if I have to get up, the birds got to get up with me. And he just loved it. He thought that was so cool. I got away with it, but that wasn't a very good thing to say,
What did all the birds come flying out of that tree and stuff? And
well, there wasn't any birds in the damn thing. I was just pissed off, I had to. But it was a good enough response. He did like you just did. Chuckled.
Got you out of any trouble. Yeah, because it's rare to be able to get to throw off an RDC with any kind of something they haven't heard, or they've heard it all. You got to imagine. Imagine. All right, we're gonna shut this one down. We're at the 45-minute mark. I didn't plan on going about an hour. I told Woodman about a half hour. Again, we're going down to Virginia. We appreciate everything you guys have done. Gear's in place. Plans are in motion. Rooms are booked. And again, it was tough to even get anything booked. It is definitely going to be pretty packed down there. And they're busing people in from the whole state. I've already saw that schedule. I mean, buses are leaving all over the state at every major city to bring people in. So should be a good turnout. We got lots of stuff to cover, and we're going live the whole way down. We're going to be going live, not the whole way because it's impossible, but in tidbits. And plus, we want to be able to have good conversation, do some research, and then go live every so often. And we'll be checking in with you guys. I mean, we're only going through three states, or 4.
Yeah.
4 states.
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. There you go. Is that good enough there, Fluid Pour?
What's going on?
Well, his wife loves me, and I guess I was supposed to say hi, so I
There you
did.
go.
A
The
request.
Woodman, Lisa says hello. Hello, Lisa and family.
Oh
Watchful
yeah.
Warrior, what's up, brother? Hope you're still planning
All
on coming to
right.
the Patriot Fest. I don't know if you're. I hope all is well, and we'd love to
What
see you
what
at the
about
Patriot
Amy?
Fest.
What about Amy? We you've been hearing from her?
I think she was in our room yesterday for a little bit. She jumped in. I know she is busy working. That's the last we heard, that she finally, got the good job and is working. So I believe like her schedule is like to be working right now. So that's why I said we need to change it up, man. I love our morning shows. We've been getting great turnouts. Today's probably the worst. I mean, we still have 500 in the room. That's not bad. I'm not complaining at all. But we've had 6, 7, 800 in the rooms on these morning shows. I'd love to do an evening one. And I meant to get to one last night. But man, I want to get this phone call thing going. So
You
that's the
know
other
it.
thing. The phone I got is not going to work. The jack was it deceived me. I thought it was a 3.5 millimeter that would work with the board, and it's not. It's some kind of proprietary jack, really small. So I got to take that one back. Look at other things. I mean, I'm looking at old school phones here, folks. And I don't really want cordless stuff. I just want one that has a handle. I don't we jack into the side of it. I don't know if any of you have something like that. Let me know. Be willing to pay you $5 for it. Just joking. That's what I'm looking at
Gosh,
surplus stores and stuff. Like somebody said, go to Goodwill. I was like, maybe I should.
they might have one. You never know.
Yeah. So
I
these
hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah. What about commies?
commie tags. I was looking at older comments. I
Oh,
scrolled back for a minute. But they were just a white piece of paper. What they were basically the inspection paper, either in a top
yeah.
button pocket, because you had button pockets on both sides of your uniform, on like our working uniform. Then you had 2 back pockets, and then you had 2 front pockets. And in any one
Right.
of those, you had about 6 pockets per uniform that could have a commie tag, which is basically just said Inspector Number 5. And
You
we
know
told
it.
them that was a commie tag. Get out of my life. Unbelievable.
Blown away. Man, I don't know, boy. We had one guy that used to run around with his helmet cocked sideways, you know. Yeah, they used to call him John Wayne. I don't care where he was at in the formation of any type at all. Every now and then you hear, John Wayne, get down. Oh, boy. You get some real winners in there, I'm telling you. Put a little masking tape on your helmet, you know, and then they give you a number. There's one dude put in there in parentheses, Mr. Cool. Oh, that was really great. Yeah, they all enjoyed messing with him. The old days.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm done talking. If you want to, you got stuff to do, Michael.
Yeah, no, I gotta get on the road here so we can figure it out. We're
Yep,
all
yep, yep.
here. All right, you guys, we appreciate it. Happy anniversary, Woodman. Is that right?
I don't know.
Happy anniversary. We'll get you some McDonald's. And just joking.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Yeah.
Nobody eats that. All right, you guys, we are going to shut this one down. Again, appreciate everything. God bless. Godspeed to each and every one of you. Thank you so much already for everything you've done. Links are down below. Think about Fluid Pour. We got Scott with us. We're all going to be converging, basically possibly meeting up with Fluid Pour to drive the last couple hours in if we time it right. We'll see. Other than that,
A
look
caravan, kind of.
yeah, a little caravan in, safety in numbers, brother in arms. That way we ain't got to worry
Yeah,
about our sixes.
Silver Fox or Silver Wolf, he's going.
Yep. So, and I think I've seen
Yeah.
other people in the room possibly going to be down there. So, today is the president's rally. So, Okay, you guys. We'll see you back here later on today on the next Patriot Hour update. Have a great late morning into your afternoon. Brother?
Airborne, airborne. Pray, pray, pray. Every day pray. We need God on our side.
That's right. All right.
You know,
All right, Patriots.
So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
Fight for what's right.